All right, good morning, folks. It's May 15th, 2023, and we have the next phase of the Operation Chokepoint has been revealed, a new leaked memo. I put out a little short video last night. Maybe you guys got to see that. Eleanor Tarrant came through with the info on this one with the leaked memo that's being circulated around the Democrats and their next plan on the Operation Chokepoint crypto crackdown. So we're going to get right on into it, folks. A quick update for you guys this morning. Hope you guys had a blessed Mother's Day. We have a lot happening this week, like the end of our special promotional deal that we're running right now, where when you sign up for our Patreon Discord 1-year membership, not only do you save 16% on your membership fees, but we're also throwing in a free 30-minute one-on-one session with yours truly. So if you're looking to take advantage of that, that deal is going to end Wednesday, May 17th. So you got a couple days here to take advantage of that deal while it lasts, but that's going to be coming to a close here shortly. Big week ahead, folks. Hope you guys are ready. Let's get right on into it. So we're looking at this market right now, hanging out here about 27,371 for your Bitcoin, 1,800 for your Ethereum, and our XRP is still at 42.5 cents. Now, we take a look at the sticks. This is what we expected. This is nothing new. I put out this chart back in April. Back in April, we put out this chart and we were watching it, and we saw last year back-to-back eclipses happen twice. First time in April, May, we did a 36% drop. In October, November, we did a 26% drop. So we were calling, I asked the question, back below 25K. Now, we didn't quite go below 25K there, 25.8 or so was about where we were pulling and where we corrected down to a 16% drop. So we did 36, 26, and now a 16% drop on this setup. And you guys already know the deal. We did trade this thing twice. We've already taken our profit. That was a 48% profit on this cycle. So that was good. Let's get into the current events though, folks. Wow, Great Depression-esque numbers. And this is from JC retweeting out the breaking report that we just got. The New York Fed manufacturing actual is a negative 31.8, and the forecast was only negative 4. Previously, we were at a positive 10. This is not good, folks. Okay, another economic data point that brings us back to not only recession level numbers, but we're talking. It's a question of not are we going to have a recession? That's already here. It's a matter of, can we avoid a depression, or is that their plan? Because like I said, when you look at everything that's taking place through that lens, that's being done all by design, controlled demolition, then it starts to make sense. Because you ask yourself, how can they be this stupid? Now, talk about the biggest rug pull that is coming potentially. If they actually stick to it, they might kick the can down the road. They might give the kids some more time. But what am I talking about? I'm talking about the $1.12 trillion worth of student loans that remain in forbearance. And that program is set to end and payments are due July 1st, 2023. So here in about a month and a half, the student loan forbearance program ends and payments will resume. Consumers 18 to 44 years old are amongst the most important demo that drives the goods economy. 59% carry student debt. Loan repayments will eat into disposable income. We should expect a pullback in goods consumption. High-frequency freight data should reveal how this is impacting consumer activity in early July, and we will report on it. So you guys stay tuned, because we're going to be watching this one closely to see if they actually stick to it or if they kick it down the road further. But I put out the video yesterday on this topic, and I said, this is going to be one of the biggest rug pulls we've ever seen. You guys think that Pepe is going to be a rug pull, and we dropped another video on that one yesterday too, part of the crypto crackdown. I'll speak on that here in a second. But what you have here, folks, is a serious problem, $1 trillion problem, right? And when you look at our economy being in a recession, on the verge of a recession, they don't call it a recession, I call it a recession, but it's not looking good. When you get that manufacturing numbers, when you look at all the other economic data, when you consider this, there's just a lot of catalysts that I'm adding up on reasons why we go down, right? It's very simple. It's like you list out the reasons why we would go up, you list out the reasons why we would go down. And this whole time, I just keep on telling people, I'm like, we're checking off some of the boxes, right? We got to get through all these things that take us down further, but we still have a ways to go. Right. So that's where we're at with our analysis. And I've, been staying true to that. And it's just a matter of, are they going to rug pull us or not? The Federal Reserve already rug pulled us by raising interest rates at the fastest pace ever. And you're seeing the real estate market start to take a hit. You're seeing commercial real estate get sacrificed. And you're seeing the overall economy already feeling the pain. Main Street feeling it. Main Street having to turn the key. And then if they do this too, and they start making people pay up on the student loans, you guys know what happens next. Now, How's that program working out for you? I just love to see it. It's just hilarious to me. You go woke and you might end up going broke. Toronto, anti-capitalist pay when you can cafe shuts down after just 1 year. And it's funny, you know, it's just like, yeah, go ahead, try the program, see how it goes. Let me know, report back to me. And sure enough, 1 year in business, turn the key, shut it down. And this is the opportunity that I'm talking about, is that there's a bunch of stupidity like this in the marketplace that you get to take advantage of. You know, if you're a coffee shop owner in the Toronto area, you approach this business owner and you say, wait, nice try, pat him on the back, let me buy off the remaining assets that you got left. Now, some people might say that's a little harsh. I call it actually, what this is healthy for markets. You get rid of the BS, you get rid of the woke, and they failed. And so we pick up the tab and we take their assets that they have left remaining. We say, thank you very much. Thanks for participating. Free market economy here. This is what happens. Play silly games and you win stupid prizes. There you go. Now, speaking of situations unfolding in real time that are a little dicey, Lebanon currency crisis explained. We got a little thread here from Tony Kai, and this is after reports that Lebanon's central bank is refusing to release money to depositors, causing riots in Beirut. Now, we watch news like this and we think it can't happen here. And oh, Lebanon, oh, Zimbabwe, oh, this country, that country, Argentina, can't happen here. Folks, we are in for a rude awakening here in the West when this starts to hit out West, and it's coming, right? So we're going to read through this little thread here by Tony Kai. He says, personally, I've been seeing very little coverage as of late on Lebanon's currency crisis and its relationship to Bitcoin. So, of course, with these Bitcoin guys, everything relates back to why Bitcoin is the solution, even though it's completely failed in El Salvador. And I'll show you guys a little bit later. Fees up to $30 per transaction and over 400,000 transactions waiting in the mempool. But yeah, sure, that's going to be the program to save these countries that are on fire. Good luck. So I figured I'd do some research and share what I learned. Let's read through this. Lebanon's currency crisis has been unfolding for years. The central bank defaulted on its IMF loan for the first time ever, revealing they didn't have depositors' assets on hand. This started a bank run leading to a strict withdrawal limits. So as always, and you guys know, this is why we keep our options. Not only do we keep our dry powder in the form of cash, we keep offline assets. I call it blackout barter, which is my physical silver in my possession. I got my 10 ounces, I got my 1 ounces, and I got some other things that I can trade or barter with as well, because I'm not going to wait for the banking app to go back on, or God forbid we reach one of these situations where they're not even letting you withdraw your money. Even if the systems are up and running, it's just they decide, nope, not today, or they give you a limit. So this started a bank run leading to strict withdrawal limits. This largely stemmed from decades-long government corruption and mismanagement, leading to massive public debt currently over $100 billion. Now, think about that. They just have a $100 billion problem. Here in the United States, we have a $30 trillion problem on top of the $100 trillion of unfunded liabilities. But I'm sure that it'll end just very sweet and peaceful here in the United States, right? The Syrian civil war has also had a devastating impact on the Lebanese economy. Refugees flowing into Lebanon put a large strain on its resources. The dollar-lira exchange rate skyrocketed with the bank rate of 8,500 lira to $1 for those with connections, and a street rate between 13,000 and 25,000 lira to $1. This massive inflation has made it difficult for many people to afford food, medicine, and other necessities. Now, you see, when society breaks down, when a currency collapse is taking place, there's a different set of rules for the haves and the have-nots, right? The haves are able to actually pull their money out. They're able to get a much more favorable exchange rate versus on the street rate. And we were saying the same thing. I watched a video in Argentina about how currency traders are making all sorts of money selling US dollars to the people that aren't able to buy or aren't able to convert their Argentine pesos to the US dollar, or there's a limit on how much they can. So it created a black market in the street where people are exchanging dollars for Argentine pesos. Same thing taking place here. This massive inflation has made it difficult for many people to afford food, medicine, and other necessities. Same thing in Argentina, where literally the Facebook mom groups turned into Facebook barter groups where people are trading clothes for food. Crazy. Okay, here we go. We got to listen to how does Bitcoin come into the picture. Okay, you got to love it. The crisis even sparked a movement among younger Lebanese to buy Bitcoin with their lira. Problem is, no one really wanted to sell Bitcoin for lira. The shittiest of shitcoins, excuse my language. So the movement didn't reach its full potential. What are your thoughts on the Lebanese currency? Okay, that's all. That's the only way it ties back. A couple kids exchanged their currency for Bitcoin. Okay, cool story, bro. But he did put together a decent thread kind of on what's taking place there in Lebanon. And people think it can't happen here. But I'll tell you what, it's happening across the world. And it's just a matter of time before it comes home. And what is the answer? What is the response? Well, despite the IMF's warning, Zimbabwe sells $39 million worth of gold-backed crypto, equivalent to 14 billion Zimbabwe dollars. So while the IMF says, don't use Bitcoin, El Salvador, and they tell Zimbabwe, don't go to a gold-backed crypto, that did not stop Zimbabwe from being able to sell off $39 million worth of gold-backed crypto. Doesn't sound like much, but it's the equivalent to 14 billion in Zimbabwe dollars. Now, folks, I'm telling you right now, we have over 30 plus countries that have now effectively are trying to join BRICS. This one shared by Molly Elmore. The countries that have shown interest to join the BRICS alliance are Afghanistan, Algeria, Argentina, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Belarus, Egypt, Indonesia, Iran, Kazakhstan, Mexico, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Sudan, Syria, the United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Tunisia, Turkey, Uruguay, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe, and dozens more. Informally, they are trying to join, and formally, we've seen 19 new countries just tried to join, right? So we've broken basically 24 countries now, and it says 30 countries now ready to accept BRICS currency. And that was the news right here. Okay. So, Zimbabwe, part of that group, what did they do? Gold-backed digital currency. What are they doing in Russia? Working on gold-backed currency. China, same thing. And so you're seeing it across the world here. Right? And they're moving, they're accelerating. What are we doing here in the United States? Well, we thought it couldn't happen here, but now we got reports that the U.S. may freeze bank withdrawals as currency fears rise, expert warns. Check it out. U.S. may freeze bank withdrawals as currency fears rise, expert warns. Okay? And this is coming from a warning that the Biden administration may be looking at ways to lock down your checking account, literally banning withdrawals. We keep on saying it can't happen here, right? I'm telling you now, folks, they are not our friends. They are not friends. If they were our friends, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing here in the next article that I'm about to show you. And that this is proof, 100% proof that they are coming to take over this whole crypto space. They're trying to shove it under the jurisdiction of the SEC. And the unfortunate part, folks, is that I think that they're going to be able to. When you look at 90% of the ICOs that were conducted, they were unregistered securities offerings. Now, does that mean that the token itself is a security? Not necessarily, but it means that there's a serious crypto crackdown that is going to continue. This is the next phase of Operation Chokepoint, and we see this one shared here. Charles Gasparino, the amazing Eleanor Terrett, who did speak in XRP Vegas, did a great job up there with John Deet and Jeremy Hogan, aka the Crypto Kid, does it again. Leak reveals secret Democrat plan for a game-changing U.S. crypto crackdown that could hit the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I already covered this yesterday. You guys can go check out that video where I read some of the main points. But just to summarize, the conclusion is basically there's a memo going around the Democrats right now, and they're supposed to be saying that basically all of crypto needs to come under the jurisdiction of the SEC. Right? There's a little bit that gets carved out for the CFTC, and basically Republicans aren't worried about protecting investors. And so the righteous ones are the ones who want to usher this under the SEC's jurisdiction and basically classify every single crypto as a security. That's the plan. Full on assault, and they're coming for it all. And in the video that I dropped yesterday, I brought this back full circle to the most recent meme coin phase that we've reached with the Pepe coin. And I said, I don't know if Pepe's part of some government agenda to give them reason to come in and attack the crypto space, But it's interesting because these projects don't just come out of nowhere. This was coordinated. This is big money behind it, big sophisticated money, organizing their resources together to make this happen. And what does it do? It makes a mockery of the cryptocurrency space. No utility, no nothing, just a meme. And it gets pumped up. Now it's listed on Coinbase. It's available for everyone. Meanwhile, on the other side of this, we have legitimate companies like Ripple that are setting up offices in DC trying to do the right thing, have 2 former SEC officials as lawyers on their staff, spending $200 million fighting our own government and our own SEC. That's the problem in this country, and this is why I'm telling you guys that these people are not our friends. I don't know I'm not going to continue with too much more speculation than that, other than to say that somebody's cutting them a check apparently, because they don't care to get our vote. They don't care about the American people that are pissed off about what they're doing right now. What they're more concerned about is getting the checks on the back end, and this is how their net worth goes from they go from a net worth of sub 1 milli to tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars after decades in politics. Clearly, we have been sold out. And I don't know if it's going to change. This is the thing that why we got to keep on putting up this fight. This is a real situation. It's a real battlefield. And on the forefront is John Deaton, is Jeremy Hogan, is some of these other lawyers here that are fighting the good fight. Fred Rispoli, got to meet him in Vegas, filing class action lawsuits against Coinbase, filing motions here against Jay Clayton and the SEC. This is what we got to do. We got to get behind it. We got to keep fighting. And we got to support crypto candidates for office in this next go around. This is going to be critical. And to me, it's not political either. See, people are going to attack me in the comments. Oh, why are you always attacking Democrats? I'm not always attacking Democrats. It's just this is their memo. This is their plan. And that's anti-America. That's anti-capitalist innovation. That's anti-free market. It's not political. It's a program that doesn't work. It's just like the pay-as-you-go coffee shop in Toronto. Anti-capitalist coffee shop, bankrupt, closed up after a year. The program's not going to work out. The program hasn't been working. Who has it been working out for? The 1% and the elite that are in bed, and that's not me or you, right? And so as a pissed off American, I hope that we get change, but and the thing is that we have the truth on our side. And we've been going through a lawsuit for 2 years. So we're used to this in the XRP community. This is nothing new. But what I worry about is the rest of the space. And I worry about, there was some other influencers, unlike me, that were shilling all these projects, were shilling meme coins, NFTs, and all this stuff. And I think that these guys have cases built against them at the IRS, at the SEC. And they're going to be solid cases. And I'm not going to feel bad. It's like you were pushing these projects and you were part of these Ponzi schemes and unregistered securities offerings through ICOs, and you got the early tokens at the launch pad before you shilled it to all your followers and then dumped on them. Yeah, dude, that's breaking the law. I'm not going to be surprised. I have no sympathy for you guys. But I do have sympathy for the legitimate projects like Library that's had to go through this, like Ripple, and any other projects too. But this is why we're going to keep putting up the fight, and we're going to see how far we get here in the United States. But I'll tell you what program is not working out, and that's the Bitcoin one. Bitcoin is broken. Average transaction fee is now over $30 per transaction. Unreal. I can wire money from a bank for less. So the system that's down with the banks, supposed to replace the banks, well, that's not happening. That's not getting done. 400,000 plus transactions are jammed up in the mempool. Binance has had to halt Bitcoin withdrawals twice. So not looking good out there for the Bitcoin boys, but it's always onwards and upwards for the XRP Ripple community. Continuation of application, U.S. patent applicant Ripple Luxembourg, inventors Stefan Thomas and Evan Schwartz. Just found this interesting from April 27, 2023. Now, this is a patent that was filed here. Okay. United States patent application. You guys can take a look at this. There you go. All right. We got that. Ripple Luxembourg is the applicant, and the inventors are Stefan Thomas and Evan Schwartz. Okay. And this is a continuation of this application. And this is systems and techniques are provided for a resource transfer system and an instruction to transfer a first quantity of a resource from a first resource pool to a second resource pool may be received. And so this is interesting, and this is why I brought up this, a little deep dive on automated market makers real quick, because I don't know if this is related, but it kind of sounds like what we're working out here with automated market makers, right? They're talking about resource pools. Well, that's essentially what I think we're going to be building out here with the automated market makers. And it's starting to get some coverage here, folks, from ZY Crypto. Automated market makers finally coming to XRP Ledger. Why this feature could be super bullish for a $1 XRP price. Well, get that crap out of the headline. Who cares about $1 XRP? We're going to do much better than that. But a brief explanation of the AMM, their strength and limitations, how users could benefit from this, and what it means for XRP price long term. So users can trade cryptocurrencies and other assets using automated market makers, a decentralized exchange mechanism, without using conventional order books or a centralized entity to arrange trades. Instead, automated market makers create a pool of tokens with varying levels of liquidity to establish asset prices and facilitate trades. The liquidity pool calculates the asset price based on the ratio of tokens in the pool, receives tokens from users who want to trade, and use those tokens to fund the trade, to maintain a stable price for the asset being traded, and to encourage the addition of more liquidity to the pool. The AMM then assesses a fee for the transaction, which is added to the liquidity pool. So this is where you're going to be able to generate some yield by putting up your XRP in a liquidity pool here. First, AMMs will give XRP holders a more decentralized means to trade their tokens because XRP is a well-known cryptocurrency. AMMs make trading easier and may provide more XRP liquidity, which is advantageous for traders and investors. Second, including AMMs in XRP will facilitate developers' creation of decentralized apps on the XRP ledger. Developers can use the liquidity pools offered by the AMM to construct new dApps that are more effective and economical with the addition of AMMs. Thirdly, XRP's acceptance as a cryptocurrency may increase with the arrival of AMMs. Users may be more likely to utilize XRP and other cryptocurrencies that enable AMMs as more users get familiar with AMMs. This can result in higher XRP price and increased demand. Last but not least, the inclusion of AMMs in XRP can enhance the XRP ledger's overall decentralized nature. By utilizing AMMs, XRP might lessen its dependence on centralized exchanges susceptible to security breaches and cyber attacks. AMMs, on the other hand, enable a more decentralized and trustless method of trading XRP. Now I'm going to cut it off there, and I'm just going to say this, folks. What I think is exciting about the AMMs is going to get more people holding their XRP. And it's going to get people adjusting their exit strategy. So instead of selling off their XRP at $5 or $10, they're going to be putting up their XRP into a liquidity pool where they can generate a yield or a passive income. Now, I already said, if you guys are interested in joining my liquidity pool, let me know in the comments down below. I'm definitely looking into it, along with a couple other blockchain projects. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to that. Big stuff on the way for the XRP developments, the XRP ledger. But then you also, with the context of the whole rest of the space is coming under the crosshairs of the SEC and the government, and we're about to break through. So, remain strong. I know there's so many dang people that are frustrated and tired, and I feel you. I get it. Okay? But remember, we are going to, the reward that's coming our way for going through this pain, for going through what we've had to deal with, right, is going to be the best feeling ever on the other side. And it's not only coming for XRP, like I said, it's coming for the precious metals as well. It's coming for some of the other suppressed utility cryptocurrencies as well. And our time is coming. And, we're getting up here close to that debt default limit. It's going to get a little bit volatile. It's going to get a little bit shaky. So I want everyone to be prepared for that. Cash on the sidelines. You guys know the deal. We're trying to make sure we keep on bringing in the income. The recession's not going away. Inflation's not going away. Keep on bringing it in. With that extra money, you guys know the deal. We do conservative plays, offline, blackout barter like precious metals. And then we go in a little bit more risky stuff like our cryptocurrencies with utility. If you guys want to trade memes, good luck. God bless. I hope it works out for you. I don't do that program, but hey, I wish everyone the best that does. But just remember that it is making a mockery of the cryptocurrency space, and they're coming for the crackdown. So just know, when you play with fire, you might get burned. Be safe out there. And like I said, we're about to close off this special offer that we got running for the Patreon Discord group, the free 30-minute one-on-one session that's included with your 1-year membership. So you sign up for 1 year of our Patreon Discord group. Okay, you're going to save 16% off your membership fees, and you're going to get a free 30-minute one-on-one session with yours truly. We can chop it up and discuss whatever you would like, and people are extracting a lot of value out of those sessions. So take advantage of it while we got it going here. May 17th, you got a couple days before we're going to close that one off, and I will see you guys in the next one. God bless you all. Thank you so much.